Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today we're going to be talking about The Guardian. Now, as you know, Joe and I like to link things together in our videos and in our months, whether it has something to do with another video we're doing, or even though it's already passed, Final Guy July, we try to include a lot of other Final Guy type movies in a lot of our other segments. Well, this one's actually no different. We were actually doing this one because of um, a movie that is coming up or has already been done. I'm not quite sure where we're going to place this one, but I think it hasn't been done yet by our schedule. And this does link together with that film that we're going to be talking about. Now, The Guardian, my history with this film is I saw it on cable a couple times when I was younger, and I liked it. Um, well made film. It's got a lot of great atmosphere to it. But this isn't a positive spin. We're going to talk about some controversy behind The Guardian. Okay, there were a lot of rewrites in the script, and of course that didn't go over too well with one of the actresses. And it seemed like this was basically messy from the get-go. One of the things I did like about it, however, is the score. It's very sparse, and when I was watching it with Joe, the first thing that popped into my mind was this really sounds like he got the same composer from The Exorcist. And lo and behold, they worked together on this as well. And I think that the score is so uh, effective in this film. So, but we're here to talk about controversy. Now, the woman who originally wrote the screenplay wanted this to be a movie about a nanny that kidnaps babies. And because of all the rewrites, it ended up as a supernatural, sort of religious film about the Druids and kidnapping babies and all that kind of stuff. And it tells you in the very beginning of the film exactly why the Druids did this and that each tree has a different um, god or deity or something. And in order to have their life prolonged, they have to make a sacrifice. And that is pure innocent blood. And that's what they pitched to this writer. And she was not happy. And when this movie flopped, there was a movie that came out 2 years later that had a very similar storyline. Now it got rid of all the religious undertones or overtones and the whole thing about the supernatural sort of stuff, and it was basically about a nanny that was kidnapping a baby. And that movie did extremely well. So this writer went back and called the people she was originally associated with that made The Guardian with a kind of like an I told you so kind of call. And they already knew. They knew exactly why she was calling and what she was calling about. So, like I said, this movie was kind of, it's not messy when you watch it, but if you take a look behind the scenes and all the constant rewrites and everything, I'm surprised that William Friedkin doesn't speak bad of this film. Plus, it didn't do very well. This is actually one of his films that he actually doesn't speak. Well, he didn't. He's gone now, but uh, rest in peace, William Friedkin. But this was one of the films that he did that he doesn't speak of or didn't speak of. So you kind of wonder, was he ashamed of this movie? Or did this movie just not really mean anything to him. I don't know. And it was his first film since The Exorcist. So his first dabble back into horror. So I like this film. Like I said, it has a ton of atmosphere. The nanny is beautiful to look at. Um, Definitely eye candy. There's quite a bit of nudity, and it's different. And I think that's one of the things that I like about it the most. It's a different type of story. It's a different type of horror film. And you always hear people say, we want originality. We don't want another Leprechaun or another Friday the 13th. You know, those have been done to death. Oh, these are all tropes that we've seen before. This is nothing we haven't seen. All these quotes come out of people's mouth constantly that they want originality and all. And then something like this comes out, which is truly an original type of film. And nah, it goes under the wire, and nobody really talks about it hardly. One last thing before I wrap this up. There is another controversial part about this film. This used to be a very expensive and very sought after DVD, which was put out by Anchor Bay. Now, by expensive, we're talking over $100 to find one of these used. I remember wanting this film. I'd already seen it, but I liked it and I wanted to get a copy, and it was just so expensive. And at that point in time, I remember Rawhead Rex and The Guardian being the two kind of grail items for DVDs. And now they've both been released, and you can still get this from Scream Factory. I thought it was out of print, but it's not, for like $17 from Amazon. It's a really good film. You know, like Joe says, we watch them so you don't have to, but in this case, I definitely recommend it. I think it's a fantastic horror film. So give it a shot, guys. Watch it. Or don't. But don't forget to watch Joe's controversial review for The Guardian. Remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time.